All right, Jund Shadow Zoo. We've played some iterations of this archetype before. Um, Iterations of this deck were really popular when Gataxian Probe was still legal. One thing that this build is doing that I haven't played before in configurations of this deck is that Soul-Scar Mage is a card that I'm not really sure if I love. One thing that's nice about it is that in this slot, or in similar decks in the past, have tried to make Wild Nacatl work, which makes the mana a little bit awkward a lot of the time. But we have Swiftspear, we have Soul-Scar Mage, and we have Tarmogoyf. And then at its core, for people that aren't super familiar with these decks, we have Temur Battle Rage, which gives Trample and Double Strike, and we have Become Immense, which gives +6/+6. So basically, we're an aggro deck that has like a soft combo inside of it. So Become Immense can give +6/+6, and this will give Double Strike, and often you'll one-shot people with that combination of cards. Nice, welcome, Solera. Yeah, that's why I did the inverse Tempo Storm, because Reynad had the regular ones. They look nice next to each other. I think I see people plugging the claw thing. I honestly, when the claw person reached out to me, it sounded really weird. And I was like, there's no way this works well. So I was actually really surprised when they sent me the product. And I was like, oh, this actually works like as advertised, which is great. I was expecting like these cards I have in front of me have their inserts in them, and they still shuffle and bridge really reasonably. They're not that different from just double sleeving your deck. Is Become Immense better than just a 5/5? You know, that's an interesting question. So, like, one of the things to note, too, though, is that if you're playing just Gurmag Angler as a normal threat, it fights with our copies of... Gurmag Angler fights with our copies of... what's it called? Fights with our copies of Tarmogoyf a little bit, which is awkward. Oh, my deck full of 21 1-mana spells against the Chalice of the Void deck. Yay, Modern. Pythoner6, thank you for the 3-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Are you a programmer, or do you just really like snakes? At any rate, thanks for the quarter of a year. You know, I feel like programmer is a safe bet, but it's like also Twitch, so it's also a valid question. Python's great. That is all my hobby projects that I start are Python first. The only non-Python stuff that I do is like projects that I forked or inherited from other people. Yep. Yeah, the subs Discord is great. My number one recommendation to anybody joining the subs Discord for first time is like take 5 minutes and look at all the channels that we have and then mute all of the ones that don't interest you, because I periodically scroll through all of them to make sure people are behaving, but even I don't check 100% of all the channels. So like I don't do sports, so like I don't check out the sports channel. So in the dark, I was going to Soul-Scar Mage on one. But because they're a Chalice of the Void deck, I'm actually going to Thoughtseize them. Because if I get Chaliced, a lot of my deck stops working. Look at that. Oh, we're so smart and thin. We're so smart and thin. To set a bar that's low, I'm feeling better than yesterday. I'm definitely not 100% still, but definitely feeling functional. This is probably going to miss, but it's certainly going to miss next turn. All right, deal. So I could save this till next turn to give this a prowess trigger when it attacks, but I think I'd rather just play it out this turn so I draw the card sooner. Yeah, that's exactly what happened, Basic Lands. I, like, got finished with Modern, and I was just like... I was like, I know how to recognize myself and, like, where I'm at, and I was just like, if I continue streaming today, it is not going to be good content. So, I did the Modern video and then called it quits. Well, that's rancid. So our opponent mulliganed really low, but our hand just, like, didn't go anywhere. Yeah, like it's like my wife came home and she was really worried, and I was like, if I was like working an office job, I would have like worked yesterday, but like doing this requires me to be on, and just like it's hard to do that when I was feeling like I was yesterday. I'm gonna make a rank command because it's gonna be a common question today. Listen, we can have commands be cheeky. We can have commands be cheeky, chat. Yikes. And that's one of the tough things about playing decks like this. Is that you know, this deck doesn't really have recovery or comeback mechanics in it. So like once we have a game like this where we kind of like blow our initial load and then like don't have anything going on, like our opponent's average top deck is going to be much better than ours from here. Well, I'm going to put this into play tapped and then just attack them for 2, I think. But we're probably dead here. I kind of expect them to sack this and exile this so they can play another 3/3 next turn. All right, so my opponent, what am I putting mulligan to? My opponent mulligan to 5 this game and crushed us mercilessly. I have seen the new turn 1 Gristlebrand deck. Seems neat. It's neat. It's neat that it's a turn 1 combo deck that doesn't care about surgical extraction. That's the big takeaway. Hey, No Merlin, thanks for the tip. I appreciate it. Let me pull up my dashboard. I assume that's for a donation deck. Here's for Biomancer's Familiar plus Merfolk Skydiver Builder on will do. I think the new 4/5 legend is really good, by the way. So I want Trophy, and I want Shatterstorm. I want Fatal Push here, too. There's a pretty good chance we just get dumpstered in this matchup, though. Especially, like, taking a fall game 1. because they're a Chalice of the Void deck, which is going to lock out a very significant portion of what we have going on. All right. I mean, this hand is good. The problem is that, like, it's just good. There really aren't any problems. I was gonna say Chalice on one's gonna suck, but like that always sucks for us. And like this hand, all things considered, actually isn't that bad against Chalice on one. Is it Phoenix versus Smallpox? Jace the Mind Sculptor is a card you could play in your sideboard. The best way to beat a deck like Smallpox is to like have cards that generate card advantage, because they're trying to like take away all of your card advantage. So like things like JTMS or other Planeswalkers that could generate card advantage for you out of the sideboard would be probably the best way to approach a matchup like that. Finally lived the dream of Galta into Rowanus and Smashing Face. That's great. All right. So one of the things to remember is that Chalice of Void doesn't prevent us from casting spells. It just prevents them from resolving. And that's an important distinction because it means that I'm going to be able to play out cards like this Death Shadow and get them countered to put them in my discard pile, so that way they fuel my graveyard for Become Immense and Temur Battle Rage. Can I kill my opponent next turn? I can play this, I can Temur Battle Rage this, I can Become Immense it. Yeah, I actually have lethal next turn if they don't put a blocker or something into play, or like take a card out of my hand. All right, well, my opponent's about to learn a very valuable lesson about Tarmogoyf. Remember, chat, state-based actions kill creatures, not damage. So basically, while this is a 2-3 now, when the game goes to check, hey, should this Tarmogoyf die, the Tarmogoyf's going to be a 3-4 because there wasn't already an instant in the graveyard. And this is one of the nice things about playing a deck like this is, I mentioned last game, one of the downsides is no recovery mechanic, but the upside is sometimes you just kill people. I'm actually, if I would have drawn a fetch land, I could have killed them this turn. But it looks like we're one short at the moment. So I do, however, get to Assassin's Trophy this since we drew it, and then play this Death Shadow. Yep, yeah, the trophy triggers prowess as well. Yeah, I was glad to get that sorted. I didn't stream yesterday. I didn't do a long stream. After I signed off, I like took a 3.5, 4 hour nap, and then I got some other work done, which was nice. All right, so they should be pretty dead here. The number of different types of spells in the graveyard like that is annoying to have to keep track of. It's especially tedious in paper. Just got my first competitive Modern 5.0. Been great to get virtual reps and watch this stream on YouTube, although I was playing Jinx, so maybe I haven't learned anything. What's going on, Scholar? So, if I Temur Battle Rage this, it's lethal. This is 8, 11... Okie doke. I think I'm happy with how I sideboarded. I don't think I have any changes. I'm going to trade out Thoughtseize for Night's Whisper on the draw. Just so I have, like, one less one-mana spell for if they Jealous Avoid me on one. I finally have great tracts of land. Thank you for the 3 months, Batman. Or the 3 years, 36 months, Batman. Thanks for keeping me around. Yeah, this one looks fine. Not amazing, but definitely in the range of keepable, I think. Opponent kept 7. Yay, magic. Is this format actually just like turning into Legacy Light? All these Chalice of the Void decks really make the format feel like it's turning into Legacy Light. Which I guess makes sense, like, as the format, like, gets more linear and more aggressive, like, the curves come down, which makes Chalice of the Void better. Yeah, if they thought not Seer by Shatterstorm, I'm probably gonna concede. But as long as we have this in our hand, we'll give it a shot. The opponent's deck, like, definitely has a built-in failure rate, where it just, like, doesn't do anything some amount of the time, so... Yeah, I agree, Inferno. Like, I don't really have a desire to play Legacy Light. Like, playing Legacy without Brainstorm and Force feels silly. So, like, as this format pushes closer and closer to Legacy Light, I'm just like, well, if I want to play Legacy, I'll just play Legacy. I really wish we didn't have to wait till October to get a non-rotating format on Arena. Just like, it's like, listen, Watsy, if you back release sets and open a new format now, I will give you lots of money. Please come take it. Please let me give you my money. Yeah. Yeah, everything they've said so far is that everything they've said so far is that they don't plan to do it until rotation happens. I know this Thoughtseize isn't going to resolve. I'm casting it so my Tarmogoyf gets big enough to block this 3/3. Hey, what's going on, Jack? Good morning. Please play Chalice on 2. Please. Yeah. Yeah. There's a storm coming, chat. And it's gonna be a brutal one. Are you ready? Are you ready for the Shatterstorm? It's coming, baby. It's coming for ya. Here we go. No, I don't want to wait a turn because I don't want to get Thought-Knot Seared. They're more likely to have a Thought-Knot Seer than a third Chalice of the Void. If they have a third Chalice, it's whatever and sucks, but it's definitely right to just get my Shatterstorm down now. Hit me with the smusher, baby. Hit me, baby, one more time. They misclick their attack now. Boop, 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 boop. Whoopsie, boopsie, whoopsie, boopsie. I believe there's a third red shock. There is. Defense. Defense. What's my opinion of the claw? It works really well. It works as advertised. It's definitely a little bit of a niche / specialty product. Like, you wouldn't use this for competitive Magic, but like this is totally something I would have used as an adolescent growing up. Like, I remember playing lots of Magic, like in the backseat of my parents' van, like with my brother across the bench seat when we were like traveling and stuff, and like cards would slide around. So like something like this would have been really novel to have. It's kind of neat. I mean, we're not quite at a standoff, right? Like, this Death Shadow breaks the standoff here. So, obviously, you're not supposed to... It's not designed... You're supposed to play with it like a normal flat tabletop. I'm holding it vertical to show what it does. But, like, the magnets are strong enough in it to hold the cards up when I hold it vertical. Happy little magnets, yep. Oh, are we feeling Xbox huge, chat? So this is 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 20. Then Faith, doling out some sub-gifties. I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. Thanks for keeping me employed here. So this is 10... 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Will do, Ven Faith. Thanks for the support. Yeah, we definitely used to play Magic at Scout Camp too. So wind was a real thing there too. I you know, thinking about it more, I definitely would have used something like this growing up a lot. All right, how aggressive am I supposed to get here is the question. So if I attack with everything, they're obligated to block at least one thing. The problem is, with the Ramanap runes, they have me dead on the backswing, set me for 5 with the Smasher and 2 with the runes. I think I want to attack with just Goyf and Death Shadow here. You know, the inserts don't actually mess with shuffling that much. So, like, this is a... How many cards are on my board? There's 7. This is 53 cards. Like, this is the size of my deck after I draw my opening hand. And they actually riffle and bridge pretty reasonably still. They make the deck a little bit bigger. It's not that much bigger than, like, having double sleeves. But they're very flexible, which kind of surprised me too. Like I said, I honestly wasn't expecting to take the sponsorship when they told me what the product was, but like getting it in my hand, it like works as advertised and is very reasonable. Like I always say, low expectations is the key to not being disappointed in life. So I had low expectations going in, and I was pleasantly surprised. And they work well with the BCW's Elite Guard 2 sleeves. I love the cross sponsor product shills. Could you double sleeve and have the inserts in? I'm not sure. I don't have any perfect fits. That would probably make it cumbersome to shuffle. All right, so what's the worst that could happen here? I block. I become immense. If I block and become immense and they kill my thing, it takes them at least 1 mana to do that, and then they don't have enough to activate runes. So I think I just single block plus become immense here. Because if they kill this in response, the Death Shadow is going to kill them on the backswing. What's going on, Azumail? Yeah, I think I'm going to be okay today. Gonna be a-okay. You've got a 2/1. I've got a Temur Battle Rage. Well, my deck with 20 plus 1 mana spells beat the 4x Chalice of the Void deck, so, you know, welcome to Thunderdome. Despite all his rage, he is still just a shadow in a cage. As someone will say, what is lost can never be saved. Do 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 do. Get him, get him. Morning, Mazer. You're not, and you know what? It's a new ranked season, so like we're not even mythic. I might just auto concede all of our Nexus matchups on the ladder today. How would you fix Modern, meaning pulling it away from feeling Legacy late? I would ban Simian Spirit Guide, Faithless Looting, Ancient Stirrings, Mox Opal, and probably Thoughtseize. I would take the format and flip it on its head. Cardinal, thank you for the 6 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me employed here. Where does the name Zoo come from? Zoo comes from basically creature aggro decks, or referred to as Zoo decks a lot of the time. Specifically, I believe Zoo decks tend to be decks that revolve around creature decks that have some pump spells in them, I think is the big distinction between generic aggro and a Zoo deck, but don't quote me on that. No, I don't think so, Tom. I think playing best of one removes a significant portion of the skill, and at the very least, the part of Magic that I enjoy from the game. So the skillful part could be up for debate, but it definitely removes a big part of what I enjoy from the game. But again, for people that like heard me just say I would flip Modern on its head if I could do what I wanted, I don't expect Modern to get flipped on its head. I don't expect any major changes to happen to this format. It is what it is. If you like what's going on, enjoy it. If you don't like what's going on, play something else. So this is a little trick here. I've Mishra's Baubled myself, and I don't really want to draw a third land, so I'm gonna play this fetch land and fetch this away. If I saw a card on top of my deck that I wanted to draw, I would simply play Overgrown Tomb and leave the top card of my deck the same. So basically, I get a little bit of selection by using the Bauble on myself here. Yeah, it's like a pseudo-scry. Alright, so my opponent's hand has 2 bombs, 2 search effects, 2 of the same Tron piece, only 1 chromatic sphere. So I'm actually going to go ahead and take the sphere, because this is their only way to make green mana. So hopefully taking the sphere away from them slows them down enough that we can like pressure them out of the game before they get set up. And this is how Tron and Thoughtseize works. My opponent's just gonna draw literally the card we took out of their hand. They kept a bad hand. Disagree. I don't think their hand is like in the top range of Tron hands, but I think their hand is definitely in the keepable range of Tron hands. Play a tower. Play a tower. Play a tower. Ugh. Well, at least they won't have Tron till 4. Fetch land. Fetch land or Thoughtseize. Fetch land or Thoughtseize. Street Wraith. That'll do too. I just want to be able to get this Death Shadow into play this turn. So I wanted to find something that would allow me to deal damage to myself. I think that's a huge mistake, Tony. I think that is an incorrect play on your part to mulligan the hand that my opponent kept. And I feel like a lot of people like started drinking crazy sauce with this new mulligan rule. And suddenly they started thinking like mulliganing was good. Like mulliganing is still bad. Don't keep bad hands. Can I kill them? That's a good question. So this gives +4/+4, which makes this a 6/6. And then this is 6, 12, 16. Yeah, they're dead. So we dismember my own creature here. And then we Temur Battle Rage the Death Shadow. So I killed them on my turn 4 before they got set up for their turn 4. Welcome to Modern. Enjoy your stay. Next time, try winning the die roll, opponent. Sometimes Taylor's got to take one for the team, chat. Their hand right now is Urza's Tower, Karn Liberated, Ugin the Spirit Dragon, Wormcoil, and one card I don't know. Druckenstern, thank you for the $10 tip. I appreciate it. Heirs for my spin on Grixis control sounds great. I'll get that added to the queue tonight after I'm done. All right, Tron matchup. Couple of trophies, couple of those. Trim the bolts, I guess. Oh, Dismember is actually kind of bad. I get that it was okay there, but it was kind of bad in general. By casting Dismember on the Swiftspear last turn, in case you didn't draw a land, then I wouldn't have been able to play the Death Shadow Inferno. My play the previous turn was Swiftspear and Death Shadow. I don't think Shatterstorm's a good play, good enough here. Collective Brutality doesn't really take anything meaningful. So yeah, Bolt's like not good here, but it's fine. Like the floor on Lightning Bolt is pretty high, right? It like finishes a card and it like does the last 3 points of damage. We can bolt ourselves to pump our Death Shadows. Sounds like not amazing. I think I'm supposed to mulligan, no discard on the draw. Like I need a hand that's either quick, or has a discard spell, I think. I'm gonna keep this. Opponent has gone to 5. Opponent has gone to 4. All right, ready to get turn 3 card? Ooh, trophy's a good one. Morning Inner. Blast Zone. Wow, that's incredibly rude against my deck full of. That's incredibly rude. This takes 3 to activate, right? Turn to sacrifice, yeah. Yikes. All right, give me another Street Wraith. Give me another Street Wraith. Oh, that's really unfortunate. I wanted to be able to play Death Shadow this turn. Yeah, I'm probably going to have to trophy that. Maybe, we'll see. Nature's Claim, sure. Take your card. Perfect. So their hand is 1 card I don't know plus a Nature's Claim. So it is possible they could kill us next turn. Or like play something that's really good next turn. Like they could have Tron Piece plus a bomb. But definitely need to take the Blast Zone out of play. This is 4 and this is 8. That's 12. So they'll be dead on our 4th turn again. If they don't have anything here. There's the Tron Piece. Do you have a bomb? There's the Oblivion Stone. Oh, this format. Just Tron things. At least we drew a Tarmogoyf, I guess. Yeah, they mulled to 4. Here's Ancient Stirring. Show me Wormcoil Engine. Show me Karn. Ooh, they bricked. They bricked. All right. Papi, one more. Come on. No whammy. No whammy. No whammy. Don't do it. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Never gonna run around and desert you. Can we kill them? That's a good question. That question I have to answer is, can I delve 3 cards without removing a power from this? So I can delve an artifact, and I can delve lands, because they have a land too, so we should be good. Can delve some creatures here too. Goyf's a big boy, chat. Survey says. So you delve 4 in case they dismember you and go to 1, and then you play follow-up Shadow. Yeah, probably. That's probably a good conservative line. They did almost get us mulliganing to 4. You're not wrong. Morning, Vonnin. Yes, yeah. If I delved Trophy, the Goyf would still be big enough because BI hits the graveyard too. So we had plenty of delve fodder there. Sure. This is a part where I go like cycle Street Wraith, fetch shock, Thoughtseize, and they show me like 16 burn spells. Alright, I drew Monastery Swiftspear here, so I'm actually gonna go ahead and lead on. Lead on Blood Crypt attack. I think I'd rather like to just get them under pressure right away. Under pressure. Bum 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 ba dum bum. Bum 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 ba dum bum. Ooh, that's a good one. You know, this matchup's probably a little bit hard for us, but our opener here is really good. Huh? I think I just take this. I don't want to get too low. And like, if I take 2 hits from Mantis Riders, I probably can't afford to Dismember, which I want to be able to do. That's true. Let's pour one out for Magic Online. Opponent played a foil land and my client didn't crash. Running hot today, chat. Be interesting to see what they do here. They like play Thalia Noble if they just start smashing us with the Mantis Rider. I wouldn't be too surprised if we see Thalia Noble since I put the Death Shadow into play. Didn't crash yet. That's true. Usually it only crashes when new foils enter play. Usually. If they block Monastery Swiftspear, I'm going to Dismember a Noble Hierarch. If they don't block like this, I'm going to go ahead and just play Tarmogoyf. So they have Bugler plus Mantis Rider here. Morin and Scooty Puff. Alright, so this gives us a love tap for 5. Let's put these towards Abzan Angels. Or if we're starting a band Reclamation Fund, it could go there too. I think my plan is just concede all the Reclamation matches for the rest of the week on the ladder. Unless we're playing a deck that seems like it has like an exceptionally good Reclamation matchup, I don't think I plan to play against it. It's just like not a pleasant experience. Yeah, I agree. It takes a lot of fun out of playing Magic. Okay. When are they going to make a second Mantis Rider here? I think I just attack with everything here. Yeah, I'm going to leave Swiftspear back. Am I? Maybe I just attack with Death Shadow. This abysses them. I attack like this. If they don't block the Death Shadow, I get to kill them because of Dismember. Dismember makes my shadow at 12/12. Hits Leo, thank you for the 7 months. And Pokemon Nerd, thank you for the very generous tier 3 sub for the 14th month. Thanks for keeping me around. Feeling better. I am feeling a bit better today. Alright, so if they have a... So I know their last card is Militia Bugler. So if they hit another Mantis Rider here, I am dead. So they have a draw step, and they can Bugler into Phantasmal Image. Although, if they draw Phantasmal Image, I can bolt the Mantis Rider in response, so that doesn't do it. Yeah. Otherwise, if they just enter combat and attack with just this, we'll bolt it in response to the Exalted triggers. Exactly correct. Meddling Mage. Sure. Resolves. They name Dismember. Yep. Because Dismember is the card I was representing by making the attack with Shadow last turn, right? So it's a good name on their part. I have the Bolt too though here, so that works out okay for us. So once upon a time, Death Shadow would get bigger when you went negative, but that's no longer the case. They changed the rules to make that not be the case. They drew a Reflector Mage. All right, so I think I start by attacking, and I think I attack with both of these again, because again they're obligated to block this. And then I assume they're going to take the hit from this, which then means I have 2 lethal attackers starting next turn. Yeah, we're gonna Inquisition there, Old Reflector Mage here. So I am still dead to a 3rd Mantis Rider off the top, but I don't have any lines that leave me not dead to that, so we're just not gonna worry about it. If they don't rip this 3rd Mantis Rider, we're in an incredibly good spot here, because we've got them under the double abyss now. Yeah, the Dragon Claw thing's really sweet. I'm actually gonna be plugging this thing a number of times this week. They're going to be a sponsor for at least the month, but it's really slick. Works pretty well. The magnets work well enough for me to hold it vertical, which is not its intended purpose, but it works well for demonstrations. We're dead to Lieutenant. Yeah, that's true. We are dead to Lieutenant too. Do the strips make the cards heavier or bulkier? They do. Not so much that you can't riffle shuffle still, though. I was actually really surprised at how flexible. I think I'm supposed to jump block here. I was really surprised at how flexible they are still. So like this is a deck with all of their inserts in it. They're not that much bigger than double sleeving, so they're a little bit heavier than double sleeving though. But I can still riffle and bridge fairly well with a deck that has them in it. Like, it's not something that you would use for competitive Magic, but like when I got it and played with it, I was like, this is totally something I would have used growing up, like playing Magic at like scout camp, or like when I was like in the backseat of like my parents' van, playing across the bench with my brother. Our cards used to always slide around, so it's really neat. The bot is having issues occasionally. In fact, I'm gonna go ping Dan. Attack with both of these. Yeah, you could totally use it with playing cards too. You'd have to sleeve your playing cards, but like it would work well for that too. I thought I disabled the cooldown, but it doesn't look like it's working correctly. It's supposed to do basically unlimited, but maybe I messed up the bot setup. Definitely don't think it's worth Thoughtseizing here. Just want to put a 3rd lethal threat into play. No longer dead to Mantis Rider or Thalia's Lieutenant here. Okie-doke. Alright, humans. Pushes, trophies. I don't think this is a Collective Brutality matchup. A lot of their stuff gets too big for this to be relevant. I think these are pretty valuable. I think Inquisition's probably fine here. Is it crazy to trim Street Wraith in a matchup like this because I don't want to be paying health against an aggro deck? I don't think that's unreasonable. I think Thoughtseize is fine to keep in because it's meaningful disruption. Same thing with Dismember. I'm going to trim a Swiftspear on the draw, I think. This card's, like, not great against Thalia, but I don't think I can afford to cut all of my cantrips. I think I need to keep some number of them because my land count is ultimately kind of low. This seems reasonable. Yeah, I'm doing all right. Definitely better than yesterday. Extra 4 hours of sleep, especially sleep that's not interrupted by a 4 or 5 year old is great. Pretty easy mulligan here. No black source, no extra way to draw cards. This hand's okay. I'd like a removal spell, but this is definitely a keep. I have a discard spell in one. Yeah, got everything sorted with Tempo Storm yesterday. Was able to get some administrative work done in the afternoon. Yikes. I think I just have to take Mantis Rider. Letting them curve Rider is not a good thing. I guess maybe I could have taken Reflector Mage and, like, tried to just race them with Death Shadow. Yeah, I'm glad everything got worked out with Tempo Storm too. Why buy nice playing cards anyways? Listen, shuffling a deck of Kopags is a beautiful thing. They are truly. If you've never had a nice deck of playing cards, let me tell you, you are missing out. All right, I'm gonna go all in here. I'm gonna dismember this, play this Death Shadow, and hope to kill them next turn. So I just want them to miss on a land for a turn. They missed. Their hand right now is Reflector Mage, Mantis Rider. If they miss on a land drop, we untap and kill them. Well, so Brian, Kopags are plastic playing cards that you can literally wash off in the sink. They're awesome. You can literally take them and wash them off in the sink. They're beautiful. Spend the $20 that they cost and buy them if you're someone that plays cards with any frequency. They're worth it. So they're basically at 23, and this is going to hit for 26 this turn. Just good, clean turn 3 kill. Getcha. Welcome to Modern. Welcome to Modern. I think the land was in their hand because they were drawing off the top at the end. I'm pretty sure they were showing me double Rider Reflector Mage. All right, we're 3-0, so we're guaranteed to get the 3-2 at a minimum, right? That's true. Kopag, if you're out there, hook it up. 10 out of 10 will shell for Kopag. I played a lot of poker during undergrad, and that was all we used for house games. They're beautiful. Yeah, Cindervines is great. I was pretty confident you wanted 4 Cindervines last season, and you definitely want 4 now. I mean, to be fair, Brian, our deck's, like, pretty linear. And, like, again, when people ask me about modern decks, this deck checks every box you want to check in Modern. It has turn 3 nut draws, but it also has a very small amount of interaction to disrupt people who are trying to go faster than us. Hey, said Slam, thanks for the brand new Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for keeping me employed here. Do you like Soul-Scar Mage over Nakatl? The jury's still out on that, I think. I do like that it makes the mana a bit cleaner. Like, not having to worry about fitting white sources into the mana base feels nice. So, again, gonna do the trick where we bauble myself to see if there's a card on top of my deck that I want to draw. If there is, we'll play Blood Crypt. If there's not, we'll play a fetch land. There is another bauble. I don't really want another bauble. I also kind of want to bolt myself this turn. So this does 2 to me, this does 3 to me. I think I'm lightning bolting myself this turn to play Death Shadow next turn. Although I suppose I suppose this is probably okay to draw just because I have double Become Immense. Elves. Okay, yep. Awkward. Huh. So do I want to bolt myself in the face of that? I probably don't. And now, like, here's a real downside. If I would have played the fetch land last turn, I drew a fetch land, I could have played the Death Shadow this turn. Gonna do this to myself again. Soul-Scar Mage. Not really interested in a Soul-Scar Mage. Looking for Temur Battle Rage and removal spells at this point. Sha. Alright. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Yeah, we should be killing them on 4 unless they kill us on their turn 3. Welcome to Modern. Welcome to Modern. Welcome to Modern. Pew 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 pew. Listen, when you have demonic tutors instead of draw steps every turn, Magic's much easier. Hey, Draven. Thank you for the 16-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Thanks, Paula. Alright, so like scale of 1 to dead. What do you think we're working with here? Hopefully the dead side of the scale. Oh, yeah. Super duper dead. Super duper dead. Gosh, what a silly opponent giving me a 4th turn. What a silly opponent giving me a 4th turn. We almost don't even need the Temur Battle Rage, huh? 13. This is 16 on its own. That's great. All right. 1 little, 2 little, 3 little Doom Blades, 4 little, 5 little, 6 little Doom Blades, 7 little, 8 little, 9 little Doom Blades. I think just like against the human stack, I cut the Street Wraiths just because they're kind of aggressive and they're going to be like, dealing damage to me. I want my removal spells. I think the big difference between the humans matchup and this one is that Collective Brutality has text here. Maybe I just trim the Assassin's Trophies. It could be that I just want to get rid of the Soul-Scar Mages, though. I don't want to cut that many threats. This is 14 creatures. That might be a little low. I guess I could just mulligan for threats. Let's do this. Yeah, the London Mulligan is still live on Moto. I think I heard someone say they're getting rid of it today, but I don't know that for sure, so don't quote me on that. I really hope they don't get rid of it, though. I hope they're just like, JK, this is great. We're going to bring it to Arena next week. And by next week, I mean tomorrow. And by tomorrow, I mean this afternoon. Basically, Wizards, give us the London Mulligan, please. London Mulligans falling down, falling down, falling down. London Mulligans falling down. Do. Up with the London Mulligan, down with decks that are too good with the London Mulligan. Here. Dear Watsy, you have a ban list. Please manage it. So this hand, like, obviously needs a second land, but it's very good with the second land, so I think it's worth keeping. And, like, I have 2 pieces of meaningful interaction even if I swing and miss for 2 turns, so I think this is a fine keep on the draw. Yeah, everyone, even people who aren't subscribers, can always check it out. The deck queue is linked on my website, or bit.ly/deck queue for short. Always like to stay well organized here to let people know what to expect to drop. And the decks in the stream title are generally the order in which we're going to play them as well. Yeah, I think I'm definitely over the hump is a good way to put it. Alright, sweet. So I get to take Elvish Clancaller with this Inquisition, and then next turn I get to Thoughtseize their Collective Company, and then leave them with 1/1. So leave it up to the top decks. A Ninja Turtle Jr. checking in for the 8th month. I appreciate that. Welcome back. And Scouty, welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. That's a lot of 1/1s. Land. Rex. One of your finest Cocos, please. Do. Bring it, tiny green people. Bring it, tiny green people. They might only attack us to 13 here to prevent us from playing Shadow out, which I like. I like this attack. This attack could also mean that they hit Collective Company, but ain't nobody got time to play around Collective Company. And Pack, thank you for the 4-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome. Thanks for keeping me around. Hope you're having a fantastic Wednesday. I don't know. I don't think Pyroclasm is that good in general in Modern. I think while obviously it's good in this matchup, I think there's a lot of matchups where it's just not particularly great. Alright, so fetch land. Fetch land means that these Death Shadows are 6/6s. How many do I want to attack with here? How many do I want to attack with here? Yeah, I decided against doing the updates with the other cards in Ninja Turtle Jr. I like the older, like slightly slower, more consistent version that's on my site already. So obviously you could find the more volatile version in the YouTube video, but for my preferred list, I left up the existing one on the site. Yeah, you do a lot of math as the attacker with this deck. Definitely do a lot of math as the attacker with this deck. Are we dead to Drain Elf? Yeah, probably. If 4, 5, 6, 7. And they could probably predict that we don't have Become Immense Battle Rage just by like how long my tank was there. All right, so I think my plan here is just fetch a basic swamp, hit them for 4, go Swiftspear Goyf post-combat. Does that leave me dead to Drain Elf? So Drain Elf would do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then they'd hit me with these. Oh, they can't. This would have to be a land. So if this is a land and they draw a Drain Elf, I die. I think I'm okay with that. This could be a land because they didn't play it out, though. I could be, like, conservative here and, like, play Swiftspear plus escalate the Brutality. But the problem with that is gaining 2 with the Brutality leaves me in a bad spot in terms of how much offensive power I have in play. So I think I just do this and set up to kill them over the next turn or two. Or at the very least, like, start whittling down their blockers so their Drain Elf becomes less offensive. Yeah, definitely not beating Coco into double Drain Elf. That's not happening. Yeah, I could have fetched Shock Battle Rage and put them to 1, but that doesn't really do anything. No, I don't think so, Scryman. I definitely don't think the Teferi is necessary. The Ugin felt pretty reasonable, just as like destroy target problem permanent is pretty good, but I think overall that many Planeswalkers is unnecessary. Drain Elf is Shaman in the pack. Yeah, there's definitely a real balance you have to strike with these decks between like figuring out like what you're playing around, how long you can afford to play around it, and that kind of dictates like how heavily you can hammer your health total to get to the place you want to be. we've not played any matchups where Claim Fame is useful yet. So Claim Fame is kind of like additional threat redundancy out of our sideboard. We haven't like played against any like green black rock or anything like that in this league. We've all been just playing linear race U decks, which is most of modern, so. Yeah, Sien's pretty good. Playing Rock with Obliterators. Do you have, you're probably playing, Urborg in your deck then? Okie doke. Time to thread the needle. No play. Interesting. Hey, look, another linear race U deck. Who's surprised? No one who plays Modern? Weird. Weird. How many Temporary Time Ravelers have we played with or against so far on Arena? Not many. Not any. Oh, you know what? They could be Lantern Control still, right? The bubble is indicative of Lantern Control. Could still be Affinity, but they could be Lantern or War Prison here. Yep. All right, not a control deck. Got it. All right, so we went 4-1. Got it. I feel like they should take people playing that deck in the friendly leagues and ban their Moto accounts, but, you know, that's probably why I'm not in charge of things like this. You know, all things considered, this deck went pretty well. Like I said earlier, I think decks like this basically check everything you want to be checking in Modern, which is that they have the ability to kill the opponent on the third turn of the game, so they have a very powerful linear draw. But past that, they also have Thoughtseize, Inquisition, Lightning Bolt, Dismember. We have just a smidge of disruption that allows us to interact with other decks that are trying to race us on the occasion that they either won the die roll or they're just going to go off a little bit quicker than we are. So I think this deck and decks like it are very reasonable. The big difference between this and other similar lists that we played in the past is this is playing Soul-Scar Mage over Wild Nacatl. And overall, I think this is a reasonable change. I'm a big fan of slightly small power downticks in exchange for consistency. And playing Soul-Scar Mage as opposed to trying to, like, make Godless Shrine or Temple Garden work in the mana base to, like, make Wild Nacatl be optimal, I think is reasonable. That's, like, definitely something when we've played this in the past has felt like a struggle to do, and not having to worry about that was nice. The MTG bot seems to be